Hey everybody! Today we are going to be building a figure like this. Only we're not going to have all the meat on it yet. We're just going to do the wire armature, and if you just follow along, hopefully this will help. So many of you got a yard of aluminum wire. This wire is super bendy, but don't let it fool you. If you start to play with it and bend it in little areas, it's really, really difficult to get it back into shape. In fact, sometimes you really just can't. So the first thing you're going to do is spread the wire out, take the ends, and have them meet at the edge. Hold on to the ends with your fingers, with at least one hand, and then with the other hand, you're going to kind of coax it up so that you can find the center. It's going to automatically want to start crossing. So you're going to take that cross and just pull. The loop there should be just about big enough for your pinky to fit in. No bigger than that though. Don't make it really large. And from that point, you're going to take this and just kind of press it onto the table. Okay, and also kind of flatten the wire out a little bit. So here I've got this. Okay, from here, this is where a lot of people get messed up. When you have your pliers, you're going to take your pliers and grab onto the loop, like this, like that. Okay? And then from here, I have my hands like this. I'm going to push with my thumb and keep twisting about 1.5 turns, so that the head is on a profile and not just a flat circle. Okay, so the loop is profile. And at that point, I'm going to take this and push down again on the table. Okay? So from here, we're going to do the shoulders. I'm going to use fingers for measurement. So for mine, I'm going to use 2 fingers. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm going to use my thumb because the really wide shoulders look really odd. Okay, so I'm going to take the pliers, put them here. I don't know if that's too, there you go. And then when you bend this, you want to bend straight down into the metal of the bottom rung of your needle nose pliers. So you bend this way. Don't grab on the outside of that. You want to push right down on that metal. Otherwise, it's going to look really like just like a slight curve. It won't bend very well that way. Okay, again, I'm going to take my thumb, measure the other side, pliers, and bend. So those are your shoulders. And you see how this is already crossing a little bit? You're going to take that. You might have to kind of play around a little bit with the shoulders, keeping them straight, but you're going to bring the waist up. One thing you don't want to do, I don't want to see any waist like down here. Proportionally, that doesn't make any sense, and it's just going to look really weird. Okay? If you're going to take the time to do this, you know, do the best job you possibly can. Okay, so here's the waist should be about 2 or 3 finger lengths down. Okay, and at this point we're going to put a piece of tape up here and a piece of tape down here. All right, just flat. Okay, and since it's at an angle, the tape is obviously not going to go perfectly straight. It never does. And you just kind of play with it and wrap it the way that it wants to go. Okay, I'm going to bring these down just a little bit. Now we're going to do that part. So it looks like he's got a little skirt and a reversed like half shirt or something. Okay, from here, turn your figure to the side. Actually, like pull the legs together just a tiny bit. Pull them to the side, and then using 2 fingers, 3 fingers from the waist. So here's the waist where the lines cross. You're going to do 3 fingers, pliers here on top, and then you're going to push down so that he makes kind of a cross like this. Okay, I'm going to bring it back up. I think you can see a little bit better this way. Okay, so I'm going to straighten that back out. So you've got the hips and the shoulders that are roughly about the same thickness. Okay, so here again, I'm going to do from the waist down. We're basically forming the pelvic region. Okay, so here's the pliers, and I'm going to bend again against the metal of the plier so that I create that little notch right there. So straighten them out. Okay, so from here, you're going to go from the hip socket down to the knees. So here's the hips. You're going to measure, I'd do 3 or 4 fingers, probably 3, I don't know, that'd probably be more proportional. So put the pliers up here. Now you've got to make sure that you're going to get a different bend if they're to the side or to the front. So you want them to be kind of flush to the front this way. And then you're going to bend them straight back, undo the pliers, and bring the leg down again, and you will have a little notch here that looks like a little knee. Okay? I'm going to do that on the other side. That's right, I did 3. Okay, again, straight back, like so, and then come forward, and you've got another knee. Now for mine, I'm going to make the shins maybe a little bit longer, but you could just do 3. Here, let's see, maybe I'll just do 3. The ankle is going to bend, you're going to bend it forward instead of back. So that'll be like where the foot starts. But we're not going to cut all this stuff off yet because we will put the wire into styrofoam later so that it will stand up, and it will make it much easier on us that it's not like flopping around and getting glued to surfaces and stuff when we start getting really messy. But this is just kind of an indicator of where the ankle would be. All right, next up, I'm just going to pause that for a minute. Okay, next up, we're going to make arms. So from here, you're going to go straight through this way, and then bring it flat. So you've got this. Okay. Then you're going to tape the arms, like that one straight piece. You're going to tape it to the shoulders. So make sure it's kind of centered. Get the tape to come through. Okay, so that's one side. Now I'm going to do the other side real quick. Okay, there we go. And so now the next step is to take your pliers. Bottom rung plier goes through the torso and into the corner where the shoulder is. Okay, and then now you're going to press down on that wire so it conforms to the shape of the shoulder. Do that twice. Okay, and so it's important to note what direction the knees are facing. If they're facing in this direction, then the forearms are going to go in that direction. elbows start, if you stand straight, you're going to notice that your elbows hit around where your waist is. So that's where we're going to do the elbows for this guy. So I'm going to put the pliers here at the waist and then fold the forearm up. Not back, but up. The same over here. Okay, even if you plan on doing a figure that is it's an expressive figure, so if you're planning on doing a dancer or somebody that's like slunched over or whatever, still do all of the joints and the different body parts the same way, because you will be able to bend it into the position that you want. So don't alter any of that stuff. Okay, for the forearm, measure about 2, let me see, those are 3, so I'm going to do 3 here. You're going to get a little notch at the wrist and just bring it up a little bit, like so, and then I can kind of trim this one area off, because we'll build a hand onto that, like that. This is already a little bit bent. Bring that back. And right there. Okay, so I got my little guy. Fun? Okay, so next installment of Trewin's art class, we are going to be building up the surface area. So we're going to be packing on balls of newspaper, aluminum foil, and masking tape, just layering and layering until we get the body that we want. Okay? So I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.